Welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles X, and in this session we're going to advance the story and then take things from there, so let's finally head where we were supposed to go. We spent the entire last stream doing side stuff, so, I mean, get used to that. That's what's gonna eat up the bulk of these streams, I imagine. You know, we got sights to see on the way, and plenty of items to grab, maybe some enemies to beat up. Remember, last time we upgraded our class and got a new ray gun.
Let's go. Engaging. Laid out some fire for me.
Check out that beam. Get him. Beat up the defenseless sheep. With the really springy tails now that I look at it. I didn't get to do the button command. Alright, I should think of something to talk about. Well, let's see. I'm really stepping up in terms of preparing to attend PAX East. I will not be presenting at PAX East. I did put in a panel thing and, you know, just to see if it would work out. It did not. But, you know, it's all fine. My first time even at a convention, so it's probably for the best that I'm not also worrying about running a panel. Even though I totally could. I'm pretty confident in that. That's okay. I'm just not big enough yet, I know that. So we push on. I've got other projects in the works that don't need people's approval. So I'm putting my energy into those projects as well as, you know, actually attending the convention, meeting people that I've known for a while but haven't really seen ever. Where is this on the map? I mean, it's to the southeast of here, but I gotta get around this whole cliff face thing. One of my friends did get a panel though, so I'll be happy to attend theirs. Sounds like a fun one. Okay, so that's that. Now what else can I talk about? I don't know, it's just been a lot of that in my life right now, I guess. You know, those travel preparations. Hey, get a good look at these flowers, will you? That thing just frozen in time? And the dinosaur over there isn't. Guess it's moving slightly now, but it really looked like it was just stationary. Just for throwing me off, I'm going to shoot you. One little thing I did not mention about secondary cooldowns when I talked about them in a different stream is that you see how my orange secondary cooldown isn't filling up right now? That's because I have my ranged weapon out. If I switch back to my melee weapon, then my melee arts will gain their secondary cooldown. So, your auto attacks may matter in more ways than one. Then gained a class thingy. But I'm pretty sure I can only check my own class stuff, yeah. I'm almost at class rank 2 for this class, though. South Gen Path base camp. At a base camp, you can change the time, just like those colorful benches in town. We'll wake up at the crack of dawn. It sure doesn't look it in this weather.
Hey.
Unsurveyed land. That's my MO. A level 12 Tyrant. How do I switch targets again? Right stick? No. D-pad. There's usually a way to switch between the target. I don't know. Plenty of item orbs over here, though. Whee! Oh my god. Alright, what else can I talk about? Oh, here we go. Now the sun is out. Majestic as always. I mean, we'll be advancing the story momentarily, and then I can let the characters do the talking for a bit. But I do want you to pay attention to these flowers, because that's important later. Those bugs really don't like to move, huh? I thought this was an enemy for a second. It was a rock. How close am I getting on this segment? Pretty close. Wasn't there a data probe light over here? Oh, there it is, but it's way up there. Plus, getting the high ground is good for collecting survey data, though. Ooh, the sea swept bridge, and that's why I wanted you to remember those plants, because some of them are enemies. Go down, you flower. Now, conversely, your regular cooldowns will go off no matter what weapon you're using to auto-attack, so no worries there. It's only if you want that secondary effect. Ah, another one, just immediately. I mean, I can handle it for certain, but mild annoyance might. Boom. Almost got you. You're gonna do your pollen again. I believe that puts me at class rank 2, which means... It means nothing, yeah, we get repair as a new art at rank 3, and then 5, and then 7. So odd number ranks for a while will give us new arts. But we may have gotten a new skill, though. Alright, we did. We can finally equip a passive skill. Ooh, and this one boosts potential. That's good. I like that. We'll get 4, 6, 8, and then 9 and 10. So even numbers will get us skills, and then 9 and 10 will also get us skills, even though the other odd numbers are going to get us art. Sounds like a plan. Any other surprise ambush enemies I should know about, game? I can see the yellow circle on the map, guys. We're getting close to actual progress. But it's also good to make note of Sea-Swept Rise, am I right? I'll take a skirmish with a Skirpo.
Let's go. Let's see engaging.
Hey, get over here.
Shadow strike. Armor. Fire Move in and do some damage.
Now, you see, if I back up too much, my orange art, which is my melee art, just can't be used. You gotta be within a certain range to use melee attacks, and I feel like that makes some modicum of sense. And now I'm dropping frames, so that's lovely.
This is wearing me down.
Seems to have stopped. Alright, I know we're a little lower level than it, but like... I'll take the aggro and start to regen. Side boost damage, this is the side. Okay. I guess I'm just on auto attack duty for a little while. Oh no, we attracted the second one. I didn't want to attract the second one. It's gonna kill us way too quick, we gotta get out. I did keep some experience from that, so that wasn't a total waste. Alright, well, we're about to find out what happened to those Pathfinders, so here we go.
Damn. I knew we would have heard from them by now.
It was definitely fighting something. But this damage, it's not the usual claw or bite marks.
No signs of the team. If they were eaten, we'd know it. So did they walk away, or were they taken? Right. Either way, they couldn't have gotten very far. Let's keep looking.
Hold up, Elma. Check this out. I'm picking up an Earth-based IFF signal coming from that direction. It's Pathfinder.
That thing over there, maybe?
doesn't look natural, does it?
No, it doesn't. It looks like trouble.
And look at this. I'm picking up readings for other life forms too. Multiple signals, moving around inside the structure. Elma, you don't think...
I think you're right. Look at their movements. They're controlled, orderly. They're definitely not wild animals. Now the question is, are they native to Mira? Or are they visitors like us? And if so, from where?
You think it's one of the forces that destroyed Earth?
Let's not jump to any conclusions. It's a big universe out there. Of course, we shouldn't rule it out either.
Should we call this into HQ?
Yes, but not from here. If we're picking up their signals, they might be close enough to intercept ours.
You there! Drop your weapons!
Stay calm. We don't want to provoke them.
Earth aliens! Surrender! Now!
They know about Earth? You may have been right after all, Lynn.
What are you doing?
It's okay, Lynn. Just stand down. I'm not sure why, but somehow they're able to communicate with us.
Meaning?
Meaning we need to know if diplomacy is a viable option.
Roger that.
We come in peace, and we're willing to negotiate. If you have any Earth alien prisoners, we'd ask the conditions for their release. If you don't, we'll leave you in peace.
No negotiations. No conditions. We have our orders. All Earth aliens must die.
Enter the prone. They're prone to getting a beating. I'm giving Lynn the chrome armor most often because she tends to be the tank. After all, she has the shield weapon. These two are nice and lined up for a beam. You get to your side and do extra damage. Give us the recuperate status, and this guy's almost down. We were plenty leveled for this.
So much for the diplomatic approach. What's the deal with wanting us all dead anyway?
Yeah, I wonder. They did mention they were following orders. Maybe someone higher up their chain of command would be willing to negotiate.
Alright, now we need to go through the Sea Sweat base and find some Pathfinders. We have a couple objects to investigate here. And yes, my field skill is high enough. At some point we'll need to get into how to upgrade these field skills. For like this object that's level 2 as an example. And oh, this one's fine. It's level 1. If you want to get into any more fights, we have our level 11s, our level 37s, and of course the level 45 Tyrant. Just waiting to be had over there. So if that's not the game funneling into you into here, then I don't know what is.
Lynn, can you give us an approximate location for that IFF signal?
Let's see. Seems to be originating from that building over there.
Then we'd better get moving. There's no time to lose.
Alright, you may want to be careful in this base, depending on your level. I think when I first played this game, I just came here sooner and was lower leveled, so I tried to be a bit more stealthy. But I think I can handle things a bit more this time around. But let's test my theory on this chicken.
I'm in the zone. Let's close in and clean up.
Oh, they've seen us.
Of course they saw us. I approached it. Wanted them to. That'll show you. I guess Alma could use the regen, and now so could I. I'm backing off. On. I should finish it.
Do I master hand-to-hand combat or focus on ranged attacks?
Personally, I want to be an equally good cook and mechanic.
So yeah, I'm testing the limits of what I can do in terms of the time. I know that for one thing, daylight savings has thrown things off for people in other areas. And I also know that I haven't exactly had the highest numbers. So I'm trying to see if anything I can reasonably do is gonna fix either of those problems. Or Xenoblade X might not be the best game to test that with, because it's already a very niche thing. And I'm playing this because I want to, not because I expect a bajillion people to be like, ooh, that. But yeah, here we are. So, the prone showed their faces, and they want us dead. So we'll return the favor.
Make 'em hurt.
I knew about Arizona not following daylight savings because of another person I know from Arizona, but I did not know about the Navajo.
I'll make 'em hurt.
Run Major down. He's not really a major threat, even though his name would suggest it. With pleasure.
Move in and strike. Now, my turn.
We got it. Let's move.
Oh, side quest enemies. And they're pretty low level. Let's just take out a swarm of them.
Go. Let's see what you got. I'll make 'em hurt. Shadow strike. My mind is clear. This is my chance.
Move in and do some damage.
Sliding slinger.
I'll get back here and try to hit like 3 of them. Yeah! Oh, that bee. Bug's almost down. Now onto the next one. Which one are we targeting? Get myself some armor because I've been using some arts. Oh, I actually unlocked a new art in the fight, which is repair. Remove debuff and restore HP. I'll do that right now. Die. Armor to me. There was a little aura edge. Melee damaged. I nearly finish you off. Rambo New Blood. No, there's no ammo in this game to speak of. Oh, we have a data probe site right here, so if we take out these prone, then we can get our map updated. So I welcome this fight. The buffs are my green arts at the bottom. Or the blue aura arts, but that's like party-wide. The difference, green really only applies to one party member, blue applies party-wide at the expense of TP. Although instant reuse of an art can also be the effect of a secondary cooldown, depending on the art. Data probe going ground. Yeah, the auto attack was dealing the damage. Well, your auto attack does get interrupted when you initiate the art, but then once the animation's played out, you just go back to auto attacking. But if it's an offensive buff, then your auto attack will receive the bonus from you doing that. Enemy base. Enemy base. I shoot you in your face. Or in your ass. I love this beam so much. So earlier I said that when I came here in my first playthrough, I wasn't able to handle the enemies yet. I believe I just came here at a lower level. So imagine me doing this part of the game and then coming to this bridge. This bridge was a major source of stress when you were under leveled. I don't think that'll be a problem today. Nah, Elma, I don't need an aura. The battle's over. Oh, we have their pet pigs. Our vision type anyway, so may as well try and get the jump on them.
Oh, they've seen us.
Okay, I guess that plan backfired. Give this to me before I draw the aggro with my giant beam of death, because that'll inevitably happen. What happened to my giant beam of death? I know I clicked it.
I'll make them hurt. Scream edge! Did that work? Then move in and strike. Now it's my turn.
Maybe if I line myself up here. Pretty good, and then I'll armor myself for what's about to happen.
I'll make them hurt.
Almost dead. Elma could use a bit of a patch.
From the fireworks. Damage. I'll make them hurt. Upper hand. Good enough.
Dum, 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 dum. Oh, it seems from the outside combat with blah. Yeah, you know, the hidden thing about Xenoblade games is that with the exception of the super bosses, if you're just doing stuff regularly that the game would want you to do, if you're like doing side quests and optimizing your equipment and updating your arts and all that, then the thing is there's not really a hard Xenoblade game. Again, with the major exception being the specific challenges of the late game super bosses that you might want to build specific builds and strategies around. And in Xenoblade Chronicles 1 Definitive Edition, there is a whole... No, wait, that's not 1 Definitive Edition, sorry. I was thinking of 2. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, in one of the free updates, added challenge mode. So, you know, as the name implies, they tried to bring a bit more challenge there. But I find if you're paying attention to stuff, that the main story Xenoblades are just, like, very doable. Now that said, the further you go, the more the depth shows, because you get more options. I mean, right now I don't even have a full art palette yet. Okay, bringing out all the healing there. Using the beam to finish that guy, and now we got 2 more pigs to deal with. Want my secondary cooldown effect on the armor. Once I build this up. And patch up Lynn. That went well. Look at me tearing through groups of enemies now. Granted, they were all a few levels below me, but still. Alright, now we have those drones blocking the way. They're a bit more of a challenge, but you could also sneak your way around them. Like so. But since I'm having a pretty easy time of fights, we go for it. Okay, do say so. You want a beam gun? I'll show you a beam gun enemy. Are you saying that the abundance of Disney games was a hint towards Sora? I mean, they're still coming even after Sora, because they just had Speedstorm in the last direct. I mean, maybe. We don't know enough to say that that's not a thing. So, for all we know, that could very well have been the case, that like they were getting cozier with Disney, and so they got Sora for Smash, but then Disney got plenty of market space in the direct, and still is. Like, why not? Sure. Plus it gives Nintendo an extra thing in the direct. But I mean, Sora's main selling point is Kingdom Hearts, and so they eventually did the cloud versions that were announced at the same time, and, you know, are not a way I intend to play the games, even though I would love to. Oh look, a level 47 and it's level 49 Tyrant Pig. Isn't it adorable? I went the wrong way. The minimap is like, go north, you dummy. Alright, behind this door lies something.
They're all dead. You killed them all. In cold blood.
Fortune did not smile upon them today.
Nelson.
You filthy Earth aliens do not belong on this planet.
You seem more fluent than the others. Are you in charge?
I am called Glennar. I command this squad, Earth alien. Now it is time for you to surrender.
Hello, Glennar. I am called Elma, and I command this squad. If this planet is your home, we apologize for intruding. We crash-landed here after our ship was damaged in an attack by unknown adversaries. We were hoping we could negotiate a peaceful settlement in exchange for our friends, but...
Peaceful settlement? Your words are wasted. All we can promise Earth aliens is a swift death.
Alma.
Right. We tried. Looks like survival of the fittest it is. Fine then. Seeing as you know we come from Earth, I'm guessing there's a good chance we might have a score to settle with you anyway.
Glennar. I'm gonna lay down some armor early here. You can come over here, guys, because I took the armor. Should really focus on the mooks first. And patch myself up. Ranged weapons will get less aggro because they'll be dealing less DPS, so if you need the enemies to lay off, it may be worth switching for a little while from your melee to your ranged. I mean, ranged weapons can still deal a fair bit of damage, but the melee weapons does it all at once. Also, I unlocked the myopic screen arc at some point, so we can deal weapon damage and inflict blackout. Maybe I'll use that on the big boy. Die already. Wait, what happened to the big boy?
I don't get it. Why would they be so bent on killing all humans?
Who can say? Whatever the reason, this is dire news. We should let the others know ASAP. Let's call it in and head back to HQ for a full debrief.
Roger that. And here I just started to hope we'd finally escaped all this.
Escape! Yes, escape! Tatsu also want escape! Friends? Friends can't leave Tatsu trapped!
Oh no.
More Xenos? What should we do?
Stay back, Lynn. What do you think, Rook?
Yeah, we should totally leave the crate alone. Just bye.
Yeah. Let's leave this stone unturned.
Better safe, right?
The Tatsu
Yeah, we're showing no mercy to this guy.
Dark! So dark! Tatsu can't breathe!
And I'm happy about that.
Oh ho! Tatsu finally free!
Interesting. One of the vegetables is sentient.
What have we wrought?
I wonder if it tastes different too. I know what we're having for dinner tonight. You don't know it yet, you girl, but I'm a pretty mean cook.
You are mean and cruel. Tatsu definitely not potato. Tatsu explained this to dumb and silly Prone when they take Tatsu, but Prone not listen. Prone never listened. On Nopon rude day, Prone first set sticky feet on Mira. Especially Tatsu. Tatsu witnessed Prone abuse firsthand. At this rate, entire Nopon race in danger. Yes, Nopon are endangered species. So really, friends have social responsibility to protect Tatsu from danger.
Uh-huh. What do you think, Elma? Bake or fry?
Wait a minute. The beings who captured you, big brutes in armor, little pointy ears?
Yes, Prone!
And they're a more recent arrival here, is that right? They're not native to this planet?
Not native, recent. If friends want more details, friends must promise to protect Tatsu. Only then will Tatsu talk.
Right. Elma, you hold it. I'll deal.
Tatsu will talk! Tatsu will talk! Friends not get Nopon sense of humor is all.
So if I understand correctly, this is your homeworld. The Nopon people are native to Mira. And then just recently, the Prone show up and quickly hunt you to the edge of extinction. Is that right?
Not just Prone. Prone and their nasty, evil buddies. Lots and lots of them.
Their buddies? You mean other alien races?
Other hungry alien races. They all gang up on Nopon. They do horrible, terrible things to Nopon. Someday, Tatsu will turn tables and eat them for a change. Tatsu has seen those eyes before. Hungry eyes, like Prone eyes. Tatsu is here to serve, not be served.
Yeah, seriously. What kind of barbarian would want to eat this little guy just like that? We should take care of him. Wash and clean him, season him.
That's right, that's right. This is exactly what Tatsu is saying. Take Tatsu to your village. Wash and clean Tatsu. Season Tatsu. Wait.
What do you think? Take him with us?
He seems harmless enough. And he'd be a good source of information on Mira and the Prone. All right. We can debrief him when we report to Commander Vando. As long as he passes the quarantine scan, we can bring him back to New LA.
Right. Let's get that out of the way. All clear.
Then Tatsu can join friends? Dance of joy! New friends are friendliest friends ever! I know! Tatsu has special thank you gifts for friends for saving Tatsu's life. Tatsu will lend it to friends for free.
Lend? It's not a gift if you don't give it.
Give it away? For always? For free? This would be insulting to friends and to Tatsu. No Nopon merchant worth his salt and pepper could do such a thing. Tatsu is grateful, but Tatsu not insane.
What? It's insane to think if someone saves your life, you might actually show them some real... And he's not even listening.
Friend, do you ever get lost? Tired of bulky maps and flawed memory? Friend jokes with Tatsu. Joke funny now, but joke not so funny when friend wander into Loafenville Lake on accident. Presenting Follow Ball! Follow Ball is #1 ultimate best super secret must-have Nopon item. If friends get lost out in wild, friends just follow Ball of Light to safety. And now it's yours. for free, to borrow. For now, anyway.
Really? Follow Ball? That's the best name you could come up with for your super special thing?
Meh, meh, meh. What would friend prefer? Fancy name no one understands so friend can feel smart? Now, time for No Pond Dance of Generosity.
I don't know. Is that thing really gonna be all that useful? What if it's a trap, or boom, it just blows up in our faces?
Ah yes, that reminds Tatsu. If Follow Ball get damaged, Tatsu need to charge friends full price, plus restock fee.
So much for Dance of Generosity.
Ah, yes, the Follow Ball. I never used it. Okay, well, that's slightly hyperbolic. I used it once or twice. And it was only after I remembered, oh yeah, that exists. How's that work? That was really more out of a sense of curiosity. So not only do we have him, but we also have him giving us a feature that I don't particularly use. So, if I press R and X, then the ball starts walking off. And it's like, hey, you have the mini-map thing telling you where to go, but you can get more precise directions by going this way, and this way, and this way, so on and so forth. And that's if you're manually walking back anyway. Let's not forget we have skip travel.
Lay down some fire for me. Shadow strike. Wide open. Sliding slinger.
Anyway, Blackout is a status I can equip. It's like blindness in other RPGs. So, you know, he might miss and stuff.
Upper hand.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of people who will defend Tatsu.
Is that it? Nice work.
I think the actor did exactly as they were directed to do. And as far as being able to follow those orders, they did a good job. I just wish their orders were a bit different. I still haven't killed enough of these Bladas for whatever side quest. Guess we'll pick off a few more.
Close in. Now,
These are total pushovers now that we have more arts to spam. Art spamming is not generally a good approach, but if you're dealing with significantly lower leveled enemies, then it won't really hurt you.
Hope I didn't get in the way.
Which side quest is this for, anyway? I have a titanium knife, too. It must be one of these material quests, and they haven't dropped the right thing. Anyway, back to that Disney Tsum Tsum thing you mentioned earlier. I don't know if you're aware of this, but I can think of one other reason that would have been shown. And, like, it's got a bigger audience in Japan. I know this because Japan got an exclusive Disney Tsum Tsum edition Switch. It had pink and purple Joy-Cons and one of the buttons was made to look like the Mickey Mouse head, and it had this white speckled design of like the suits of cards for some reason, and the dock had an engraving in it. And then I guess they just figured, well, we'll tuck that into the North American Direct too, because we already have it. But not with the special edition Switch. But, you know, ever since Nintendo got a decently popular platform again with the Switch, the Directs have had a lot more third-party offerings where, like, at least one of them is something that's made to cater to younger kids who will just buy into it. Like, remember the whole DC Superhero Girls thing, which is a Nintendo-published game, so they put a bunch of emphasis on it. But it's still like, hey kids, you like this show? We have a game for it. Now, if there's one show that can sometimes have pretty good games, that's SpongeBob. I thought the Battle for Bikini Bottom remake was decent, and I'm anxious to see how the Cosmic Shake is going to shake out. Who knows when we'll actually get more word on that, but I think it's got potential. Anyway, we need to go back to New LA to advance the story, so I'm just gonna do a bit of warping. Yeah, you know, it's worth checking those differences. Especially when the announcements are different. The only reason I knew about Sakuna of Rice and Ruin is because I saw someone react to the North American Direct, but then they checked the Japanese Direct afterwards and saw Sakuna, which was a game that was shown there, but not here. And I tell you, that's a good game. If you, well, if you don't mind farming, it's a good game. I mean, the whole game isn't farming. Most of it is 2D action platforming with mostly 2D fighting. With some platforming involved, but the farming is what buffs your character because they get their strength from the farming. Sakuna? I thought that was a whole new game from the ground up. I don't remember there being an old version. Or are you talking about Battle for Bikini Bottom? Because, it's more of a remake, I think. Because there are some physics differences for sure. It's definitely more than graphics, although some of the graphics are much better and more usable in Rehydrated. I don't know. Some people tell me it's like way too different from the original and there's no way they can play it because it doesn't retain the same thing, but I feel like it's not noticeable to me as someone who grew up with the original. But I haven't speedrun the original like a lot of those people do, so I guess I'm not as high of an authority to ask. Let's see, I've been using a Sakuraba weapon, so that's up to 2, and now we can buy Lightwear. And the Assault 3 series weapons. And the knife. And that. Anything else? Okay. See, I have 3,600 Marinium. Let's just level up the little guy here. Now they have lightware. And stuff. And more stuff. In case you don't remember from previous streams, this terminal that I just invested that stuff into is how you level up the weapon shops. If I were to go in here, I currently carry a ray gun and a knife. Do just a bit of comparison. So here's the Storm Laster 2. And this is from the manufacturer that I just leveled up. Got a pretty significant boost to base attack. And slightly better cooldown, half a second's worth. But it only fires one shot at a time instead of 4. Also got better damage stability, so it's mostly an upgrade. If you can work with that one ammo thing. That sounds like something an indie game would do for sure. Okay, this one is all the same stats except for base attack, and I can equip it now that I'm level 10. So I should be looking at all these level 10 weapons. Yeah, that's level 20. Level 10 deserves a significant weapon upgrade. But you know what? Before I do that, even, I'm about to make a cardinal mistake of RPGs if I do that. I need to check my gear. Enemies may have dropped something better. Or I can just do this. That's what my strongest gear would look like if I were to actually equip it. What's the difference between prototype pants and busted legwear? Can also take a look at my arts here. I've been enjoying having a level 3 beam barrage, certainly. And I do have enough to bring it to level 4, but I don't know. This would an extra 1% H. Well, that cooldown is nearly 5 seconds less for only 4 BP. I'll take that. That one's nearly 7 seconds less, and it has better hit scaling. Whatever hit scaling is. Alright, that's what I'm going to do for arts for now. Hey, I got beam boost skill. There's no reason not to equip it. You can also boost your skill levels with BP, so I'll up my potential even further. I'm not qualified to fully explain it, but I know the potential is huge when it comes to boosting your damage output, so it's a good thing to invest in. Okay, now we check the weapon shop and see how it compares to what I'm wearing. Okay, yes, it's still an upgrade. 64 but 1 ammo. This one would shoot more often because of the cooldown, but has less ammo. Same here, but it's more powerful. This has, if I crush something, then I gain TP. Nullify Beam Reflect seems useful, since I'm using a beam weapon. Or just ranged attack up, so even though this says 48, I would have more than that. But the total ranged attack down there says 87. Well, this one says 88. Okay, so I'm torn between these all have better stability, so I'd like one of the lasters. But I'm torn between which one. One's the most expensive, so you would think it's just the best. So maybe I should just go by that logic. That one's reflecting this beam at me. Yes, it's the only economy on the planet when you really think about it. Let's see. This will boost my attack, sure, but okay, this is the only knife that's an upgrade, and that's because it has the melee attack up 2 skill, which will give me 15 extra melee attack. So if I want 15 extra melee attack, I can have it, but otherwise, keep in mind that that uses a skill slot for the weapon. Guess for now, why not? Goodbye, old stuff, I guess. Remove augments. I don't have any augments equipped. I wish there was a sell all button, but I can't seem to find one. Wait, this says attack 120, so I should probably save that for some time later. Oh yeah, I guess the sell price is 0 if it's busted, but you know. Wait, I have augments? When did I get augments? Oh, my weapon doesn't have any augment slots. Okay, so now I gotta try and remember how to upgrade the weapon to give it augment slots, and I think that's where to go. That's the other use of this terminal. Upgrade battle traits on the gear for me. I would need a Descula straw. No idea where I'd find that. And that's not an augment slot, so I don't know. Oh, if I use my muscled Swede Bulge, I can have extra melee attack. Let's go. By the way, you just gotta love muscled Swede Bulge as a concept. Six docile ovis? Sure. Two bones, and I already have one. Play the bloody blur. That's a tyrant that I don't want to deal with. Alright, we need to debrief the potato.
Damn, losing Nelson's team is a real blow. But the fact we're not the only visitors on this rock is even worse.
They made it clear they want all humans dead. For all we know, they may be related to the forces that destroyed Earth and followed us here.
Wonderful. I'll report this to Secretary Nagi. See if we can't bolster our defenses. Just one last thing. What the bloody hell is this dancing turnip doing here?
He's actually a potato.
Tatsu, not turnip or potato. For last time, Tatsu is not food. Now, on behalf of Planet Mira, Tatsu welcome all Earth people and offer a friendly treaty of friendship.
Yeah, right. Anyway, we were thinking he could be a good source of general intel about the planet. Exactly how useful that'll be remains to be seen.
Oh, don't you worry about a thing. Friend's totally safe now that Tatsu is in town. Tatsu watch over and protect friends, especially weak, pathetic Lindley with her thin, bony wings.
You mean my arms? Look who's talking. And who said anything about you coming with us? You can stay here, you greedy, annoying little cabbage. I'm sure there's a salad here that could use you.
Tatsu, stay here! Friends would leave Tatsu behind?
It's for the best. You said yourself your people are endangered, and the Xenos that captured you might still be out there. You'll be safest here in the city.
Agreed.
Tatsu not agreed! Friends will want Tatsu along. Friends need Tatsu along.
How so?
What? Well, that, of course. This planet have many helpful Nopon that Tatsu can talk to. Other Nopon can share information for friends.
That might be useful.
That right. Most Nopon not like Tatsu. Nopon can be shy. Nopon can be difficult. Most Nopon never trust friends, or even talk to friends. But Tatsu? Nopon love Tatsu. Tatsu use smooth talk and winning personality to get friends good info.
The tater tot has a point.
Uh-huh. More like an ulterior motive, if you ask me.
Tatsu perish the thought. Tatsu intentions are pure, Linley. Pure as snow. Linley intimidated by Tatsu's strength and smarts. But do not worry, Tatsu is true friend.
Strength and smarts, huh? That's really not what I'm worried about here.
All right, then it's settled. Small Fry here will accompany you three out in the field. After all, we can use all the info we can get.
Seriously? We have to babysit this thing?
You're the ones who picked him up. Besides, would you really want to leave him with another team?
Maybe not. Unless we were invited to the meal, I mean.
See? Already getting along like peas and carrots. He can be your charge, Lynn.
Oh, come on, Commander! That's not funny! I've got my hands full out there! This is so unfair. Back me up here, would you, Elma?
I'm sure Elma has no objections.
Right. As you say, Commander.
Done and done. Welcome to Blade, Tater. We'll be counting on you.
Yes, sir! And it's a Tatsu. Oh, one thing Tatsu forgot to mention. Nopon are pacifists, so friends need to defend Tatsu, keep extra super safe in any battle. Tatsu VIP diplomat, after all.
And why am I not surprised? So much for him watching over and protecting us.
And that concludes Chapter 3. Now, don't worry. The rest of the game is not going to turn into an escort mission. He's just a background character from now on. You don't actually have to change your playstyle to start defending him. Thank goodness. If they did that, then they'd have ruined the game. And then no one would have played past Chapter 3.
So, Rook, feel like you're starting to get the hang of things?
Of course you are. You've taken to it like a fish to water, just like Elma and the Commander said you would.
Just the same, let's review the key points, and I can fill in some extra details. Blade's top priority right now is to secure missing pieces of the Lifehold. You remember that much. Countless people are frozen in the Lifehold. It's the key to restoring humanity. Up until we ran into the Prone, our biggest concern was that wild indigents would stumble on the Lifehold and damage it somehow. But now there's a more pressing threat. Intelligent alien races who are intentionally trying to destroy us. So, our search has new urgency. We need to find and retrieve all of the Lifehold ASAP.
And the best way to do that is by expanding the reach of Frontier Nav. The more probes we can install, the wider we can scan, and the faster we can find bits of the Lifehold.
So our primary focus going forward should be to travel around Mira installing data probes. As many as we can, as fast as we can. I can't stress enough how important this is. You still with me? Good. Then let's move on to the other pressing threat that Blade has to deal with. Hostile indigens. There's no real delicate way to put this. Any wildlife that poses a clear threat must be eliminated. The Lifehold is our future, but we can't ignore the present. We still have our duty to keep New LA safe. And sometimes that duty requires enacting coordinated strikes to solve problems before they can do real harm.
We're the newcomers here, it's true. And they're usually just out to defend their territory. But sometimes it really is them or us. And we have to make sure it's us. Don't get me wrong. It's not like we run out there and light up anything that moves. Only Blade HQ can choose targets, and they tend to keep them strictly to creatures that pose a significant threat to our survival.
In order to contribute to this cause, operatives are asked to form into squads to take on special missions. These squad missions, as we call them, don't get posted to mission control like your other, more typical assignments. Rather, HQ transmits the details directly to all of us at the same time. Basically, they want as many people to know about them ASAP, so they can be taken care of ASAP.
I'm sure you can imagine that these missions aren't your run-of-the-mill little fetch quests. It's not the kind of stuff just one or two blades could handle on their own. That's why squads can have as many as 32 members.
And it's why we ask members to sign up to a squad beforehand. We can't have blades playing musical chairs whenever this kind of emergency hits us. But just remember, squad missions are not mandatory. You don't have to drop everything you're doing just to take one on. HQ has no way of knowing what every blade is up to when these missions arise. If you're busy with something else, they'll understand. They need to trust our collective judgment with these things, and, well, so far so good.
And I think that about covers the basics, right?
Search for the missing pieces of the Lifehold. Install data probes to expand Frontier Nav. And take on squad missions when you can to keep us safe. Got all that? Good. We're counting on you.
And briefing adjourned. Thank God.
All right, well, it's getting pretty late, isn't it?
Yeah, let's call it a night.
Oh, Tatsu's so excited to sleep in real bed. Lily can show Tatsu to his room now.
Oh, your room is right over there.
Oh, it looks perfect size for Tatsu. Wait, what? Tatsu know what that is. That refrigerator. We'll go in there to cool off.
I guess you are smarter than you look.
Well, Tatsu's not one to brag, but... wait a minute! Tatsu see what Lily did there?
You know, I feel bad for that song because the first time it played is over a tutorial that no longer matters in the slightest. Well, let's get to this. Main story missions can be taken at the Blade Barracks, so when you're ready to move to Chapter 4 or 5, so on, you come back here and you report your findings. However, Blade reports allow... oh good, players to interact. That matters to me. Greetings also totally matters to me. class changes, which we've already done. Party members are gonna be more readily available now. There is no Miiverse anymore. We wouldn't get social notifications anyway. Okay, so squads. Squad missions, as I just explained in that totally unnecessary now tutorial, is one of the online features of the game. I can't imagine too many other people are playing this game right now to even, be online. Now, if you are predominantly playing the single player, then you can choose these squads, and the missions will be a bit more tailored to stuff that you would naturally do in single player, like collecting fauna or so on and so forth. But conquest squads are there because back in the day, if you wanted to take a break from the single player stuff and just focus on collectively helping people beat these side missions, then they would give you more enemy hunting missions and stuff. And you could also, theoretically, if you had a friend that played the game, join their squad. Elma can join your party. Lynn can join your party. That's news. Okay, Irina can join your party. Gwen can join your party. Doug can join your party. Man, everything's open now. Finishing Chapter 3 is a big turning point, if it wasn't immediately obvious. So, this red marker here, it's for story progress. When you are ready to advance to Chapter 4, you will need Elma and Lynn in the party, and 15% of Primordia must be explored, and you must have completed Blade Level Basics and the Pro Professional. This is where you start getting progression gains, and this is how the game handles, being an open world game with a slight story element. The story's nothing huge by any means. We have our setup now. Pretty basic. Some stuff will happen later. But because this is mostly an open world exploration game, they want you to do that. So, if I look at my segment map, Primordia, for me, and I haven't done anything off stream yet, so you've seen me get to this percentage just on stream. We're at 7.4% of Primordia. So roughly halfway to what they want us to have explored. Let's see. How can I view... There we go. We have cleared the Pro Professional. I specifically remember doing that the last time. But we have not seen Blade Level Basics, so that is a specific side quest that we're gonna need to check out.
Need help with anything?
Nah, I won't add Alma to the team, but if you see a person and their name is blue, they're a potential party member. You talk to them, then you can add them to your party. You have these orange marks that are all around now. These are affinity missions. They help you build your character relationships. You need to meet certain conditions for those as well. With that, let's take a look around New LA.
Really?
Yardley guy was in the outfitter's hangar, and he has a research project that kind of hints at a side quest if you want to take that on. Oh, you. The supplies we brought from Earth already are starting to run out. I know you're all doing the best you can, but it's just not enough. Hey Rookie, glad to see you back. What's going on? In the months since crashing here, we've gone through the resources of the White Whale. We are now transitioning the materials acquired through Frontier Nab. We need more Maranium. You need 750 units of Maranium, and then you need to deal with some enemies, and you need a storage device to be recovered. This is Planetary Pioneer Part 1, so this is not one of the required side quests, but it is a thing you can do. Rookie.
Yes.
You see me take out those pros, let me tell you. Not that much of a rookie anymore. Are you gonna give me late level basics? Maybe. But what I should do, since your responses to NPCs can influence your affinity, it's probably a better idea to decide who you want in your party before you go around taking side quests. Just so you can maximize your opportunity to gain affinity. There's not really a limit to what affinity you can generate, since you can also have it by battling with them. So you'd eventually be able to grind it out. But I felt like the side quests do it a bit faster than just getting into random battles. Let's see, if I look at my segment map, it should tell me. Yes, okay, so there are some segments that are updated to tell me where I can find people. Now, we've been with Elma and Lynn for a while, and we're gonna have quite a bit of time with them on the main story missions, which is predominantly what I'm streaming this game to show.
Really?
So let's mix things up, and if I can find them.
What? Hey. Want a team?
Yeah, you can come. Now up here, I mean further up here.
Ooh, what? Stay sharp out there.
Come on, Gwen. And there's one more NPC that we can invite. Yeah, I just jumped that barricade. You got a problem with it?
Now then.
No, he's a bit further north. Oh, frick. Good thing there's no fall damage. Northeast. That him up there? Hey, I found the Heinar. And I got the elevator. Oof. Yeah, I jumped that barricade. You got a problem with it. Okay. Let's see, he's supposed to be a little ways this way.
Now then.
So shouldn't be far from here. Aha!
Hey.
How come your name's not blue?
Hey. Okay, let's go.
Dude, Doug comes at level 18. Now, these guys on the team, we're gonna have no trouble with stuff. Warping away.
Hey.
Ah, there's Eleanor. You were just invisible for a second. Commander Vandam asked me to brief you on the next time I saw you. Are you familiar with blade levels? Nope. I'm glad I didn't prepare this speech for nothing. If recruits are assigned a blade level of 1, as they clear missions, that level goes up. Top level is 10 for unstoppable powerhouses and masters of the field. Do I know about division points? Actually, yes. Irina likes that. I can skip the detailed explanation. Blah, blah, blah. What are the benefits of a higher level? Fame, honor, glory, tasty bonuses. Blade level basics. This is the quest we needed. Increase your blade level to 2. If you want to check your blade level, pause, and wait, I am a blade level 2.
Wow.
You liar. Yeah, I'm not an amateur. When your blade level increases, pay me a visit. I'm authorized to give you a fat bonus.
Congrats.
And your fat bonus includes the hollow figure projector. Blah blah blah, interior design, blah blah blah. Now, about your 3 field skills. Yes, this is important. As part of a bonus, you can improve one of your field skills. Forcing too many advanced concepts on a blade at once tends to confuse and overwhelm more than help. And if misused, someone could take that expertise, hack the computers in Blade Tower, and endanger all of humanity. That's why the highest tiers of technical skill are reserved for people who have proven themselves trustworthy. Alright, so, you know, we've seen those things out in the field where mechanical level 1, 2, or 3 is required to investigate. That's up to you. If you want to get more out of, like, the fossil type stuff, the enemy nest type stuff, or the machinery. I'm going to start on mechanical. It really won't matter in the long run because you'll always be able to get something out of it, and eventually you'll be able to maximize all of them. Alright, well, our other goal before Chapter 4 is to increase the survey rate of Primordia. And thus we set out. With no particular objective really, besides, you know, maybe just planting more data probes is the #1 thing for survey rate. But then, you know, if you need a more specific objective to increase your percentage, you check your survey thing on the... You check your segment map, right? If I click right here, I don't know what to do for this segment yet. But if I click on the one above it, I still don't know. If I keep clicking around, I'll eventually find something that I have some information on. Maybe. Never mind, I don't have information on anything in Primordia right now, so that's lovely. Why does this level 5 want to fight us? And I know I'm not level 15 yet, but still. It doesn't stand a chance. Oh, it's immune to the status ailment. Doesn't matter, it's still gonna lights it up. Anyway, even if you don't know exactly what to do in the segment, the symbol within the segment will probably tell you a bit more. Which I would show if I wasn't getting into weird random battles with such low level things. Those Lepics know what's good for them, they're not getting involved.
I could have taken them on alone.
Ooh, I got a new class skill. I now have Beam Guard, boost beam resistance with a ranged weapon. My gear already has an effect like that, so I'm not gonna stack it right now, but it's an option.
Let's go. Way ahead of you. Change things up. Use a buff. Rising flame. Then some. There we go.
Furious Starbucks! Getting woozy. Attacker range, let's clean up.
I'll blast them wide open.
Busted appendix, you triple them further. That's Harrier.
You don't see this every day.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Rising making a dent. Finish our blade blast.
There.
They're tough. I need healing.
Wait, why are you struggling? It's a level 8 enemy.
Are you alright? Stay with me.
Furious blast. Starfall run.
they might be able to tell from the numbers on the side that the higher level you are, the less experience you get for the same enemy. So because these three are all higher level than me, each of their experience gains was lower. And that's why it is incredibly hard to correct a mistake in the end game, like forgetting to switch classes, because you didn't realize you could the first time you played.
Got him in sight. Starball fire!
Furious blast! Yes! Weakness!
Rising flame!
Prepare!
Got him! Move in and attack!
I'll make him hurt.
Starball flame! Rising flame! Bust the tendons and cripple them further. That's area stuff.
You don't see this every day.
Furious blast! Attacker range must clean up.
I'll blast him wide open.
Okay, the thing I was going to explain at some point, eventually. Each of the segment map things has a different symbol. That's your hint as to what you need to do in that area. You may eventually be able to stumble upon information on it just by talking to NPCs and such, or by looking around. But if it's a sparkly symbol like the segment I'm in right now, then that means there's an item that needs to be inspected somewhere. Like one of those, it shows up as a yellow square on the minimap. And it's one of those things that uses your mechanical, biological, or archaeological field skill levels. If you find the one that they want, then you can complete the segment. So for example, you can see my... It's blurry, but you can hopefully make out that there is a blue arrow representing me in the segment with the two shimmery spots. And here's this car, so I wonder if this is the thing I'm supposed to find. There you go, segment recon complete. That was in fact the thing I needed to find. And now, that brought Primordia up to 8.5%. Let's see, so some of the segments... What's another example? Okay, in the center right now, you see how there's one that just kind of looks like a piece of paper? That means there is a side quest that needs to be completed in that segment, and that can mean two things. It can either mean that you find a side quest in that segment and then need to complete it, and that could be at any point in the game, because some won't come until later in the story. Or, it could mean that you get a side quest from somewhere else that will eventually take you to that spot. So, yeah. Those can be a bit hard to decipher at times. If you see a side quest, and it takes place in the continent, then it might up your survey rate, but otherwise... not the easiest thing to predict. And let's see, that also... in a similar vein, there's the hand-holding icon somewhere. There it is. There's the hand-holding icon. That's for an affinity mission. That will eventually take you out there. And finally, you got the face. That means there's a tyrant. If I move a few spaces to the northwest, there is a chance I'll find the tyrant, and if I beat it, then I may complete that segment. Do 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 do. Ooh, do do do. I in the square? Yeah, no. Okay, a little further and then we'll be in the area. Is it gonna be that dinosaur? No, that dinosaur is not a tyrant, it's just a level 53. But somewhere in this region there may be. Judging by the level of these other enemies, I'm not entirely sure I'd be able to handle the tyrant in this region. There's also the element of the tyrant might only come out at night, or the tyrant might only come out in the rain. There's the tyrant. It's level 28, so we're not going to be able to do that one right now. Let me just get near it. That's again the fair weathered. Well, that at least tells me that this square, I keep calling them squares even though they are hexagons, this segment of the map is not exactly feasible right now. So yeah, naturally the easiest one to accomplish is also the one that they say is the most important, which is installing those data probes so they can try and find the life hold. The other thing about me upping the mechanical level is that planting certain data probes is tied to mechanical level. So by upping my mechanical level, I'm also making it easier to plant data probes, which will just make upping the survey rate all the easier. I should be nearing a new segment here, which has a data probe source somewhere. Car is not part of it, but it gets me some goodies. I got some vision type level 30 enemies, so I gotta be careful. But there is a data probe in this region somewhere. Was that a base camp?
Meet the woman who's gonna
Shoot. Probably dead. Last time this guy chased after me, he would not relent. But I did find a base camp, so it gives me a spot to warp back to. Oh, wait, we got away. He did not let me get away that easy last time. Alright, to the north, there should be something. I'm not seeing a pillar of light. Not seeing it up there either, even though it could be. Gotta be higher up where I can't see it. There's also a cave over here, but it's guarded by those level 30 vision monsters, so I don't recommend paying a visit. So, West Primordia seems a bit more difficult to work with. How about East Primordia? Can we do a little more there? To the north, there should be another treasure. Go on a treasure hunt.
easy now.
Speaking of treasure,
Golden stone. Any
I love how I'm having no trouble with this level 17 because of my party numbers. Wait, what? I briefly died, but it's okay because Doug saved me. I was trying to armor myself and everything. Alright, there we go.
Felt so freaking good.
Now back to the treasure hunt. I'm looking for the treasure. It will be my pleasure. Nothing else can measure up to what we're doing here. Alright, we're in the right area. And I see a yellow square on the map. Maybe at the head of Talpak Peak. AKA Spiral Mountain from Banjo-Kazooie. Oh, hi, buddy. You enjoy your rock. We'll leave you be. White whale debris is in fact the exact thing I needed. And this view's not bad either. There's another upwards pathway over there. Primordia is 9.6%. If I can do one more thing, that would push it to 10. And there's a data probe site to the east, which is where that path is. Oh, don't worry, I just gotta fight my way through all these bricks to get where I'm going.
I was just looking for a worthy opponent.
Well, if it's just you, I can handle that. But if any of your friends join in, we may have an issue.
Starball flash! Nailed it! Break out those guns!
Hey, chrome armor!
Thanks!
That's very.
You don't see this every day.
That dog trying to blind it. Build up that secondary on that melee. Seems to be going alright.
That's Harriers.
Team boss!
Starball flame.
Forget about me.
Dead yet?
You know I'm so popular.
Oh, another one showed up. We're actually in pretty good shape. Oh, Gwen's dead.
Thanks, I'll put him down. Give me some cover fire.
Starball flame.
Magnum next.
Thanks, bit of the healer.
Rising thrust. Use melee attacks.
I'll make them hurt.
I'll draw their attention now.
Leave our wounds here.
I'm not doing any better.
Now seems like the right time to try and status ale. Those buffs.
Pumped and ready to go.
This should do. Furious blast. Break out those guns.
There we go.
Well, we got through that by the seat of our pants.
Alright, continuing eastward towards the data probe. Wonder if I can see the column of light yet. Weird. It should be relatively in front of us. We've now entered the region where there should be a data probe site.
I was just looking for a worthy opponent.
And a few more enemies to tangle with.
Starball Rondo! Magnum Starball Blade!
Got it. I'll cover you.
Furious Blast!
You don't see this every day.
Starball Blade!
Beam Barrage!
Do anything!
Prepare. Split Edge!
Starball Rondo!
Prepare. Furious Slash! That was tough, but we pulled through. And here I thought they'd be tough.
Oh, new art. Anyway, data probe. Giant red beam of light, where are you? I see another base camp. But where is it? How am I missing a giant red column of light? I don't see it up there, and it can't be too far up there anyway, because according to the map, it shouldn't be far from it. Still technically in the region now. I could keep looking, but I feel like the pacing is now grinded to a complete halt. How else am I gonna get the story progress with the 15%? I have no clue. Just need to figure it out one way or another. Anyway, if I may be so bold as to point out one last thing before I wrap things up. That you see this general direction right now towards that level 45 vision type enemy, of course. We're not far from the entrance to another continent. This is where the greenery of Primordia is starting to fade. This requires archaeological level 3, so I can't get any goodies there. But if I were to follow that path right in front of me, we could enter Oblivia. And as long as you can get past that monster, there's certainly nothing in the game stopping you from doing that. Apparently this area is called La Mancha. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. You really can go anywhere you want, as long as you're able to get past any of the barriers that the game puts in the way. At least at this point. I know there was some tutorial stuff blocking us before, but we're very much in the open part of the game now, so if I wanted to go over there, I totally could. If I wanted to try swimming to a different continent, I could. I could try. There might be enemies in the way to stop me, but if I can find ways around them, I can do whatever. It's a very free, open game. And we'll be seeing more of it next time. So, thanks for stopping by tonight. I guess this earlier time ended up working out okay. I wasn't interrupted by anyone in the house. But we'll keep playing around. Hopefully find something that works, scheduling wise. Next one should be Tuesday. Woo!